Hey, Johan.
Hello.
Wow.
Wagwan.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, awesome.
Chill Spot Studio.
Yes.
Chill Spot Podcast.
Yeah, man. Wow, amazing. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's you are a person that really inspires me, actually. I love people that do creative stuff. And when I see people doing the things that they love to do and really working with their passion, it really inspires me. It really gives me the hope that, wow, you can do it as well, right? If Johan is doing, if Caxton is doing, if Kamala is doing, then you can do it as well. So you really inspires me. I am a big fan of dancing. I love to dance. Mm-hmm. So it will be an exciting, journey to really hear about your story, So in this episode, I really want you to forget a bit of your career and just get to know you as a person, the person behind the movement. So, Johan, how do you feel?
I feel really good.
Yeah.
I appreciate your words, and I'm happy to be here. I feel good.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
This is my first question, and it's very important to me personally because I think it's one of the questions that have been underestimated by many people, right? Because we often use this word, and that question is, how are you really doing? And when I mean, how are you really doing? I want you to take a deep breath and really, think about your journey.
All right. No, I'm good. I feel good. The last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of things going on. It was 3 events in Finland, Sweden, Norway for competitions. And then, I'm organizing an event in Nyköping in a few weeks. So, I'm excited. Yeah, a lot of things going on. And,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And if you will scale 1 to 10, from when you started, dancing to today, how is your feeling, about it? How is all the process have been? If you would scale from 1 to 10, what would be the number? About your feeling today, like how happy you are.
How happy I am?
Yeah, in your progress and
in my what?
In your progress in all this.
Okay, in my progress. Well, I think, of course, I try every day to do as good as I can. And if I can do better, I want to do it. So I think I have to put a 10.
Yeah, sure. 10. Wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
I have to because every day, I wake up every day and you have to push yourself every day for your next goal, your next level.
Wow.
And I try to do the best as I can, as I said. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think about this word? In Sweden, you have a word that called jantelager, which is, what do you think about it? What is your view on that?
Oh, I don't think so much about it, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. I mean, it's actually it's a word that says don't think too high of yourself. Don't try to show how good you are.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, yesterday is because I was talking with a friend about different cultural situations, like Sweden compared to other cultures. Like he's from Italy. So, and that was one of the things, that we talked about, like how it is in Sweden to not be standing out, to be kind of like everybody else. And when I was younger, I think I had a more of a issue about it. And as older as I get, maybe I'm more confident in myself, and now I feel really good about it.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's important, to really feel, to be yourself, and I think my perception, of course, of this 10 years of living in Sweden, when you're talking about culture, is I've seen that many people are really talented, in Sweden, they're really good, but it's this kind of rule is limiting them to actually showcase themselves. So it's when you meet them, hey, are you good in this? Oh, yeah, I'm good, but not that good. And then when they start working with it, it's whoa, what is this? You are really good. Okay. I mean, so...
Well, the good thing is, I think it's I want to show with what I'm creating, my skills and what I'm doing, rather than to talk about it for sure. But now we're sitting and talking about it, and I'm happy to be here to talking about some things because since this is like words I'm saying, they could be documented from like in the future. The words will still be here.
Yeah.
Because the life always keep on going, and
Sure.
some things that happen in the past. Okay, it's nice to talk about them too. Cause,
Yeah, sure.
Because they're not so accurate at the moment. But
Wow. And you're talking about the past and your childhood challenge with this brew, Jantaloge. How was your childhood? How was your one as a child like? From 5 to 12?
Well, what can I say? Around dancing, when I grew up in a small city in Sweden called Nyköping, where I live now as well. So there was nothing about dancing for guys. So actually, I was not so focused. Like I was more into music. Like I played music. Like I played guitar, a little bit of piano and drums, and I used to go to every school disco, and there was like competitions. I used to win them, but I was never like, because I didn't see anywhere around. I didn't see guys that was dancing. It was only girls. So that thing I want to change now as well. I want people to see, and of course I think it's different now.
Yeah, sure.
To have made role models to dance, and with like TikTok, Instagram, internet, whatever, you can see men dance. Because if you see other continents, I don't know. For me, I'm very much focused on like Africa, Jamaica, for example. It's a lot of men. Like it's almost mainly men that are the most competitive dancers. So.
Wow. Wow, I mean, you quickly bring dance when I ask you about your upbringing, your childhood. You bring dance quickly into it. At what age did you really, realize that, wow, dancing is my stuff,
Oh, actually, that was later. Because as I said, that was how I was more into the music. So when I was a teenager, I found dancehall at first. And when I found it, I felt like straight to my heart and my soul, like this is it. This is it. Like, because as a young, I was like looking around, because I loved music. I was looking around, what type of music is like me, that I want to identify myself with, what I like. And like I listened to a lot of hip hop in the beginning. Of course, I love hip hop, but it never felt like, okay, this is it's just like I love the music for sure. So I grew up with the hip hop, but then when I found dancehall, okay, this is it. Like I left this everything else. So this is it, the reggae and dancehall. And then I started to go to festivals with my friends in Europe. And some of my friends, they had a band. They were playing music, and so that's how it like kind of started. And then when I finished school, I started as a DJ. So I worked as a DJ. Like I moved away from here, and I started like my own business. I run created music events. I was a DJ bringing artists to Sweden. I toured around with artists. So then I loved it. But from then, like I started to dance on the stage with the artists like that, and I felt like no, I want to focus more on the dancing. From that, so I did that for a few years, and then I felt no, the dancing is.
How old were you by that time?
I don't remember actually.
You said after school it was around maybe 19, 20. I mean.
Yeah, I moved to Umeå when I was 22, for example.
What did you do there?
I moved there to study. Like I studied on the university, social work, and also I had this business of the music events.
Wow, amazing! We will go back. We will come back to that. But I want to go back to I want to explore a little bit of your childhood. I'm curious about it, and I think that there is a lot of people outside that are very curious about it too.
All right.
Growing up, how was home like? Mom and dad, what were they doing?
Okay, so I grew up with my mom and my dad and my little sister, and. What can I say about that? My dad, he taught me a lot about how to work hard to achieve your things. Both in what he showed, like he worked, he always worked, like he worked a lot.
Sure.
And also like of course I was like as a kid like looking for like you want to show your dad and your mom like that you're really good at what you're doing. And I don't know if they. Always confirmed me, so I tried to work like harder and harder. And also I felt like I could never adjust from what I wanted to do. Like if I felt like this is what I want to do, I just had to do it. No matter if somebody else say no, you should not do this. You should do like this. This is easier. This is more safe or something like that. But no, I just feel like this is what I want to do. So, and then I saw, okay, but if I want to achieve what I want to achieve, I need to work really hard for it.
Sure.
So I think both I learned it from young and also from sports, actually, when I was a kid. I used to compete in different sports. Actually, mainly I was competing in golf.
Oh, golf.
Yeah,
Wow, that's not common.
Yeah, man. No, it's a big
Golf.
difference to the dancing for sure. So I want to say it because, yeah. So what I learned from there was to also to push myself to just train hours and hours and hours by myself. Like nobody told me, oh, you should do this, you should do this. It was just my own passion of being better on what I was doing. And I think I always loved to train to become better.
Sure.
And I see that in myself. Like I learned so much about that, to just be by myself, training and pushing, and feel like there's nobody else that tells me to do this. It's just myself that tells me I need to do this.
Yeah, but did you ever felt the support of your parents? You know, in what like when you discovered this music and dance and stuff. You know, did you ever felt like, wow, they're like, oh, go for it, or was more?
Oh
like,
no, not like that.
no.
no.
They were critical.
No, not like that. But they love music for sure. Like my parents, they love music. But no, they were not, because I was actually good in school. So they thought like, okay, you're gonna do some good university studies.
Yeah.
But I always felt, okay, I did university social work, as I said, but I always felt like I wanted to work with something artistic.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. I mean, and what did they taught? I mean, they were like, you should maybe finish your school and then you can do whatever, or it's more like, okay.
Oh yeah, they wanted, I don't know, the same as, yeah, exactly. As most people, like you go to school, maybe you go university, you get a good job and safe income and everything. Sure. So yeah, but I appreciate everything that my parents for sure taught me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you said
and
like
my mom, okay,
sure.
I spoke about my dad. My mom, I would say she, for sure, I think she's an amazing person. I think she learned me a lot how to treat other people, maybe how to show like respect and how to love other people, and so yeah. Wow,
amazing. I'm glad you bring your mom into that. It's fantastic to really appreciate those moms and dad.
Of course.
I mean, and I think most of the time, you know, when we were growing up, they don't see everything clear. So after we have grown up and they hear our perception, they're like, wow, I'm proud of what I did, or wow, maybe I should have done this better or something. So it's great that you bring that reflection on about your mom and dad. But in school, were you like, you know, quiet, like as you said, you were good at school? Were you like the guy like, oh, listen to the teacher all the time and doing what he's supposed to do? Or were you more like, I know I'm good at this, so I don't care?
For sure, you go so many years to school, so it depends when you're talking about. But no, I felt it was easy for me. So, but I don't know what to say. Of course, you can be more focused, but no, I had a good time.
Were you troublesome? Like
no, not really, but I had a good time in school. I think so. For school was to meet a lot of people. Like a lot of times, it was fun to go there, just meet a lot of people, and have a good time. That's how I remember it.
Sure. You were never bullied at school? No. You were the guy, the energized guy, right? The guy that really light up the room when you come in.
Maybe, I don't know if it's for other people to say. But yeah, I remember it as a way, like you go to school and you meet a lot of people. And,
sure.
And yeah.
Wow, amazing. Was there any lesson, you know, that you really learned during your upbringing that today it's, you know, with all the work that you are doing, it's still a comeback, you know?
Yeah, it's for sure the thing I said about working hard to achieve your goals. And as I said, as I learned it from myself, just pushing myself hours after hours after hours to do it. Wow. That I think is the main thing, and that's also something I wanna. I hope all the kids that I'm teaching will also understand, and also and why do you want to do it for hours and hours and hours? Because you love it.
Sure.
So for sure, I want them to love what they're doing, and for me, it's kind of a method to how to succeed in what you want to do. And I want to spread this method to other kids, so when they grow up, they will keep on having this method. And then, no matter if they do dancing or if they do whatever they do, this for me, this method is the same. Like, okay, I learned it from golf, but
Sure.
I didn't. I use it in the dancing.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I mean, the principles are the same. You
Yeah.
know, it's worked for everything, whether you are an athlete or you are what do you call cleaner or whatever that you are. If you can apply the same principle of working hard, being consistent, and all this,
Yes.
you will definitely reach whatever that you are dreaming or planning to
sure.
be. So great.
Because nobody tells me what to do. Like, it's just me that do it, and it's an amazing freedom, but also the responsibility of like, well, you need to have discipline and focus, otherwise nothing is going to happen. So
Yeah, you said earlier like dancehall. When you discovered dancehall, it went straight to your soul.
Yes.
What does dancehall is? For people that doesn't know, for example.
dancehall
which
is
type of
it's a
dance?
culture from Jamaica, street culture from Jamaica, that you mostly hear about it in the music and in the dancing. So Jamaica, but then it's spread it out worldwide. So
Comparing that with a hip hop, what is the difference? I mean, like like a break dance and stuff.
yeah, it's a different culture. Like, yeah, as you say, you have hip hop. I think everywhere you go in the world, you have different. Not everywhere, but you have different cultures, expressions of dancing and music. And this is dancehall is from Jamaica, and then it's spread out worldwide and affected. Also, one thing amazing about Jamaica, that it's a small little island, but for so long time it's been so influential in the music and dancing all over the world.
Wow. Is there anyone, growing up, I mean, when you discovered this, this culture, dancehall, was there any artist or any, creative dancer that really inspires you to really continue going? Was there any specific artist?
Yeah, sure. When I was a teenager, maybe I'll say there's a reggae dancehall artist called Capleton. Maybe I'll say him then.
Yeah? Wow, was he like a kind of role model for you?
So he's an artist, but sure, like, no, I feel his music touched me a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I feel that's it's a beautiful thing with the music, dancing. It's like, for sure, you want to touch people. You want to create. I think that's a beautiful thing one of the beautiful thing about creating art. Like, you want to touch people. You want people to feel something. You want to make people's lives better. And I feel that's something I want to do with my art. I want to create something that people watch, people enjoy, and also the movement I'm creating to make people happier.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think it's important to have
Amazing.
the artist can rich in your life.
Yeah, sure. Amazing. I mean, you are not just an artist or creative dancer, or like as you said earlier, you were into music as well. You are also a dance teacher. You teach people. And I want to explore this, 2022, was it? Or 2021? 2022.
Yeah.
You won the Swedish Best Dance School.
Yes.
In the entire Sweden.
Yeah.
Like, you had a group and you won. How was it? I mean, how did you come there? What was the process? Can you tell the whole story? I mean...
Oh, it's a long story, so you better listen.
Yeah, I will. Let's explore it. Yeah.
No,
how it started, the school itself.
Yeah, so when we won it, 2022, Sweden's Best Dance School. It's from all different styles, and so when we won it, for sure, it felt like we deserved to win it. We were the best. So, but the process there is so long. But when you stand there and you achieve it, you feel like you deserve it. So, but for sure, it's one of the best days of my life. I will always remember, and I can also say, no matter what's going to happen, I can also always say, like, okay, well, I created the best dance school in Sweden.
Wow.
And from what? Like, what I created it from, it was from kids in Oxelösund, like a very, very small city in Sweden with... before I started it in Oxelösund, there was no dancing at all. So I started it, was it 6, 7 years ago? So there was no dancing, and it's kind of a time when I decided, okay, I want to live in Oxelösund. Like I moved back here, and I saw. It was also a time when there was a lot of new people moving to Sweden from different countries, and I saw a loss. Like I saw people, like youth, looking for role models. Like you're coming to a new country.
Yeah, sure.
How are you supposed to be in this country? How are you going to fit in this country?
Integration kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So I started this as an integration project. So I think, that.
Wow.
Yes. So when I started that, for sure, it has different. Because then I applied for money for make them dance for free, and also the thing of they're not used to have any activity to go to. They didn't have any parents to really push them like, okay, 2 times a week you need to go dancing. I think it's different if you have that. I learned that a lot, so that's very important.
Wow.
But yes, I started from that, and there was no interest in dance. So for sure, if somebody would have said that time, you're going to win Sweden's best dance school, most people would think this is crazy. When you look at this, no, fuck it, this is like, what is this?
Yeah.
So, but actually me, in that moment, I had a vision. Like I had my goal was, okay, I want to create the best young dancers in Sweden.
Wow.
And which, as I said, at the point is like, how is this possible? But I had that goal. And then some years later, we actually achieved it. So, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, and as you said, like if you have tell people, with that group that you had, if you have tell people, like verbally, like, hey, I'm going to build the best dance school in Sweden. Or, I mean, did you have even also the goal like Dancehall? I mean, specifically dance.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have told people about that, they will probably have say, who do you think you are? You are from Oxelösund.
Yes.
Oxelösund is a small city. There is nothing good out of here. And how there?
Yeah, sure.
And wow, it's possible.
Yeah. For sure, I wanted to show it's possible. And I wanted to also to create it here where, like in Oxelösund Nyköping, where, okay, you live in a small town, but it doesn't matter. You can anyway achieve your dreams.
Wow.
But that's also a reason I don't really talk to other people too much about my goals, for example, because I have them inside of me, and maybe if I would talk about this, people are gonna
think it's impossible.
Yeah, think it's impossible. But for me, I thought it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I mean, it's also going back to the principles. Hard work, consistent. Everything is possible. Really, as you said, having it in your mind, like visualizing it, really, and putting into work, into action. I mean, all is possible. So, man, I'm very proud of you, man.
Thanks.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, all is possible. And one thing I also learned, okay, it's easy, but Rome was not built in a day. What you say? It takes time to build up things as well. So I think whatever I do, every day I try to make something better, push something forward, and then after some time you will see the results.
I have actually similar experience with football when I was younger in Spain. I remember there was a guy or a man who was put a lot of young people, Africans, as you said, integration. He took Latinos, Africans, and he put us together for a tournament. And that tournament is like one of the biggest tournament in Barcelona or in entire kind of in Spain. And he took street guys like me, my younger brothers, and all the guys. I was the captain, and I was not even I was not that good in my club, but this guy believed so much in something, so he put all of us together and we went. I remember the process was so crazy. Like we couldn't afford to take a bus. So we were eating, buying like a Coca-Cola and some bread, and we're eating. And all the kids, they come with a big bus, they're eating in a restaurant, they are sleeping in a hotel. And we didn't have nothing, none of all this. We were going with other parents, trying to, go behind when someone, go to the train. This we will go behind. We didn't have money, but this man had a vision, and he didn't talk about it to anyone. He just put all of us together. We went, and we didn't want, but we come to the final of that tournament.
Oh, wow.
Out of all like big crowds, like a lot of big crowds was in that tournament, and we come to the final, and that was so amazing, feeling like, and when today he talked about that vision that he had, by putting people, from the streets, as you said, integrating people, and really achieving that thing. And since today, he's still doing that. He's still doing that. But coming back to this experience of Swedish Best Dance School, winning that, did it put any pressure on you?
After that? Or?
Yeah. Like now you're gonna.
Yeah, the pressure is that you want to win every competition after that too, and it's maybe people see, okay, this is the best dance school, so they should win. And the main pressure it was on me to, like, all the work I knew, okay, it has to be perfect in every competition. Okay, we have to win it, so I need to. So yes, for sure, I put a lot of pressure on myself to everything I created was with a goal to winning.
What did the parents? I mean, did you had any comments from the parents or when you won this? What did they thought about winning this? What was their feeling?
For sure it was an amazing experience when, like, we won it, and then backstage after when the parents came, and the parents were were so shocked, like, you won it, like okay, they couldn't believe it because so for sure that was amazing when to see the parents when they came and to see their smile and their shock on their faces when
amazing. And this is 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right, 3 years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
So are they all these kids are still with you today, or what are they doing? Are still following that path of dancing?
No. Okay, so working with kids, some things I learned is okay, I've done it for many years now, and I think in the beginning I got so attached to a lot of kids, like because you spend so much time with each other, and then you realize that just one day they can stop dancing. Because at some point I feel like I can be there, like I'm such an important person for them, but as a kid things change inside of them. They grow up, so you never know. That's why I said with the method, I want to spread the method of how to succeed, because I never know what's going to happen. Maybe they move on to something different. They move to a different city. They become older. So no, not everybody are still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, but there are new people there. So that's it's I mean, it's both amazing and challenging thing to work with the kids, because the amazing thing is that you can really inspire them into dreaming of something, and as I said, with the method, and when you're working with the kids too, it's a possibility they can really understand the groove of how to move the body in a way, because their body is so open for how to move. So that is amazing. But then for sure things happen in a kid's life. So,
sure. Yeah. As you said, as they are growing, the hormones and everything, they change. Like maybe they were at that time they were very young, like maybe 12 or
even younger.
Younger. Wow.
Yeah, they were between 8 and 12 years old.
Oh,
8
wow.
to 13. Yeah.
To win that, I mean, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about that, like, I mean, I got this question actually from someone that knows you. That person is very curious. And that was curious about your patience. I mean, I have seen you working. I have been several times into your classes, just to observe you and, to be part of it as well. And I'm like, one thing that also impressed me a lot is your patience. Like, how do you, what did that come from?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, some people say I could have a gold medal of patience.
Wow.
I don't know if it's happened. Yeah. Where it comes from, I think I need to have it to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. It's a very important ingredient.
Yeah.
It's a very important ingredient. No matter what you do. If I'm teaching dance, I think the patience is the acceptance of like when you teach something new to people, they're not going to be good at it. They're going to have a feeling of, now I don't know this, and that is a fragile moment for a lot of people to be bad at something. So then I feel it's very important to have the patience for that time to be like, okay, now for some moment you're going to struggle with this, but then you're going to be good in a little time. So, and I think since they have a fragile moment, you kind of reach out to me, and then it's important to me to show them the patience that and accept them that this is okay. And then,
wow, amazing. And you're talking about it, about this kid, your patience and how you teach and everything. I saw a comment on your, on your post that some people or someone, I don't know if it's the same person, but this is what this is like. It was a long, I mean, like the person was writing like, oh, whoa, whoa. I mean, and it was like this. This was the sickest I have ever seen. You are building a little machines. You know, this is the best kids I've ever seen in the entire world dancing. Seriously, how do you do? How can you get these little kids dance so clean? You know, how do you do? I mean, how does you feel, first of all? How do you feel when you get those kind of comments or message?
How I feel, it's a confirmation that, okay, you're working hard for something, and then I'm happy that people see it. Yeah.
Do you often get those kind of comments, or I mean, message like in your DMs?
A lot of times, I think when you're dancing, like so much of the time, but you're by yourself in your own little cave. Like you do your thing, like you practice, and nobody sees what you're doing. And then it's fun when you go out to compete and perform, and people actually see, like, wow, all right, this is it. So yeah, so I can't say a lot because it's a time, and then it's nice, and it makes you feel like you deserve every moment, like you're training hard for yourself, and then when you achieve it.
Okay, 3 ingredients to teach kid to be the best in Sweden. I mean 3 ingredients. Like, how do you do it? Like, if you would say.
Okay, number 1, they need to have love and passion for what they're doing. That is number 1. Number 2 is to push them, to push them, and to be to know exactly which level, how hard to push them. Like, you can't push anybody too much, and you should not push them too little either. As a pedagogic skill, I think you need to put yourself on a level which is a little above where the people are, so that they can feel pushed to reach it, but not too high and not too low. So, and also when you push kids, you need to make sure that number 1, they have the love and the passion for it, because then they understand why should you do this. Like, because I tell them do this, and then they have to feel themselves. Why should I do this? Okay, and then they make a understanding. Okay, now Johan is pushing me to do it like this. Yes, and they understand themselves why. Okay, because I love dancing so much, I want to be better at dancing. So then it's really good that Johan pushes.
Wow.
And number 3. I don't know. You said patience, so maybe I'll say patience too.
Okay, to have the patience to really work on their crafts, and amazing. Talking about, I mean, like, to push. Did you and you said your father, growing up, he taught you about hard work. Did you feel like he pushed you? I mean, did your father push like let's go? Yeah. Like, how did you learn? What was the process of you learning hard working? Was it through did you feel like he was pushing?
No, not like not a way of pushing. Just to see how he is working hard, and also almost like sometimes don't help me to do something, so I have to do it myself. Okay, maybe that's a Swedish way to be like independent or something, but like to not help me, so I have to do it myself. It makes me I have to do it myself.
Wow, amazing. You have been, I mean, now we're making the transition to collaboration in business and stuff. You have been collaborating with a lot of artists and, dancers, musicians and stuff. Was there a specific one that really impressed you a lot? Like, wow, I never thought I could be in this place, or I could collab with this kind of artist, and you got it. Was there anyone?
I don't know. I think also when you asked about the best dance school there, I think the moment when I achieve something, I feel like, yeah, like I deserve it. It's I'm there. I'm on the level to, because I've been working hard. Like I'm practicing for it.
Wow.
So yeah, and I feel like it's up to me to, okay, if I want to achieve next goals, if I want to achieve more things, okay, make sure you come to that. Yeah.
So it was like you internally kind of, you feel like you are in the same level. So it's like kind of nothing impress you then. I mean, when it comes to collaboration with artists.
If nothing impresses me, if it impressed me, of course, like, no, I don't know actually.
You are in that level. I love that. I mean, I love that confidence.
I know. I mean, I enjoy the moment. What impresses me is like to be in the moments and yeah, it's like the payoff that you get from doing. Okay, you practice and then you feel like, yeah, now I'm on the stage here with in front of so much people. I'm having such a good time. Yeah, like okay, this was worth all the work I put into it.
Yeah. What does Jamaica, the country itself or the culture, means for you?
Jamaica, so much, of course. And I mean, when it comes to music, dancing, like everything around there, also a lot of things of how you see life. Yeah, I would say it means a lot, of course. And when it comes to music, for example, with the dancehall, there's a lot of music I love, but a lot of music like Afrobeats, for example. I love Afrobeats.
Yeah.
But after I listen to it for some time, I feel like, okay, yeah, this is enough. And then, but dancehall, no, it's like my food. It's always there.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's what fuels you.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Gives you the energy to keep going.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. Wow. I mean, you were in Africa.
Yeah.
What were you doing? I mean, I know you were because of collaboration, right?
Yeah.
So what's up there?
I've been there many times now, and I'm actually gonna go back this summer again. And yeah, have a lot of things going on there. There is a lot of things I like about being in Africa for sure, dancing and collab with artists. Okay,
so basically, what do you do? Like this summer, last time you were there, what was your collaboration? I mean, what did you do?
So I went there in November, December. Last time I was in Kenya, I was in November, December so it was a concert with Sean Paul and Red Sun. So I went there for that performance and also to spend a lot time there, because I love to be there. I mean, it's I don't know if I could say it's the best place, but I really love to be there for sure. Like the people are amazing, and also there's so many people, there's so many projects going on, so much people to connect with, so many dancers. Like I'm fully busy 24/7 there. You just go crazy hard in every project you're doing, and just like take care of every second of your time being there, and then you go back.
I guess you are really used to this, since you are in this culture of dance hall. Like you meet a lot of Africans and Jamaicans and stuff. But did you find any culture, contrast? In Sweden you are like more like older in time and everything, and you go out to Africa, as you said, 24 hours busy, like spontaneous. Was there any culture?
Oh yeah, there's so many culture differences. That's why I love something I like about it. So, yeah. No, there's some. We can talk about a long time about the cultural differences.
Tell me one or two about something that you really experienced.
Okay, well, that's not maybe a cultural difference, but for me, the biggest thing is like when I'm here at home, like I'm mostly practicing by myself. I'm preparing like for competitions or shows or whatever, teaching. But when I'm there, I'm with a lot of people, and which is very nice.
Wow. And is there, I mean, do you like the food?
Oh yeah, I love the food. Kenya for me is I'm a vegan actually. And,
wow.
Yeah, I don't know, there is not so many, nobody's a vegan in Kenya, but everybody eats vegan food every day. I must say. So yeah, I love the food so much.
That's interesting that you ate chapati, sorry.
Yeah, I love it. I love the food.
Chapati isn't What is that? What is that? What is
It's
made
a
of?
bread. It's a bread.
Ah, okay.
I think the origin maybe is from India, but I know in the whole like Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, they
Yeah.
eat chapati.
And
So
matoke or something like that. You know matoke?
what is matoke?
Matoke, I think, is from Uganda. It's
Yeah.
like a,
Oh, yeah,
a
and-
smashed banana.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know what it
banana
is.
and some sauce or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I was talking to Caxton, he said that was his favorite one.
Oh, okay.
Wow, amazing. I mean,
Yeah, but also one difference that I can mention is, as a male dancer, I feel the business is better. Like the recognition of being a male dancer too. Like for example, that show we did, and also I'm gonna do a show in Kenya this summer. We can talk more about it.
Sure.
But it's they book male dancers. Like we're a crew of like it's me and 5 other males. They're gonna go performing, and we did it last time as well, which I really enjoy because I feel in Sweden and in Europe it's not so much focus on that. It's more it's a different thing. So for sure I like that.
do you teach as well in Africa
Yeah.
when you go there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's also like kids or more like
Yeah, both. I teach both adults and kids. And what can I say about that? To teach adults, okay. The reason why I go mostly I've been going to Kenya is because Kenya has the best dancehall community in Africa.
okay.
Yeah, they love dancehall. So
Wow.
Kenya for sure. That's why I've been going there, because for sure all of Africa, I think they love to dance. But
Sure.
that is the center of dancehall in
Dancehall.
Africa.
Wow.
So and to teach, when I teach, the adults, I will teach mainly dancers, because and then kids. There are a lot of kids crews. Ooh, there are so many. And every time I post something on Instagram, there's a new kids crew that will write to me like, okay, can't you come and teach us? So, and why is that? I think that's also very nice to see a cultural difference. Like when I go to Kenya, there are kids everywhere dancing, like everywhere, thousands of kids.
Wow.
You go in the streets and you have, okay, there are 15 kids dancing, there
Yeah.
are 15 kids dancing, there.
Yeah.
You just look all over. And when you're going to shoot a video in somewhere in Kenya, okay, you're going to have fully crowded of people, like kids and
Sure.
adults checking you out.
Yeah.
So, and I really love that, the spontaneous of just be out dancing. I'm not sure that I see that in so many other places in the world. I've not been to every country in the world, so I can't say. But sure, that is very important because the kids are the future,
Sure.
and the young people are the people that kind of develop the culture, dancing, music, whatever. So they're very important.
Wow.
So a cultural difference for sure. In Sweden, it's more when you're dancing. It's like you set a time. We're gonna go practice dance. Or this is a dance class. We go to dance
Then
class.
it's done. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like there, not for everybody, of course, but it's more of a vibe. Like you just dance all the time.
All the time. They
Yeah.
get a rhythm in them.
Yeah, exactly. And I love it. Like, yeah, exactly. And that means that's the culture. It's art.
Yeah.
It's culture. It's a part of the culture. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever take some of your students there, or you always go by yourself?
Oh, I've loved to take them there. I have a goal. I want to do it.
Wow.
But no, I'm not.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Oh.
But hopefully soon.
Yeah, I think they will love it. I mean, to
Yeah.
see also the culture differences. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is not a 1 hour practice and
Yeah, and
go.
to meet other kids, like, because some kids I've been teaching in Kenya, they practice every day. Every day they have their teacher and they practice every day, and I want my kids to see that as well. Like,
Yeah, sure.
okay, these kids they practice every day, because also it's cultural differences. For a lot of people, like if you come from the ghetto, for example, dancing can be your way out of the ghetto, and I think that's when I see the ghetto kids in Kenya, for example, like that's a possibility to get out of the ghetto, and also Jamaica, of course.
Sure.
So and for me, yeah, that is amazing to see.
Wow. Johan, there is a lot of people that are like you, they love to dance and, they love, specifically, they love to dance. But how do you make a living out of being a creative dancer? What is the process? Is that easy to make a living out of it? How can you turn your passion into a source of income, for example?
Okay, so I've been doing it with a few different passions. So I think I felt if I love something, I have to do it 100%, and I need to make sure I'm become really good at it, so that I can make a living out of it. Yeah.
But how do you do it? I mean, is that easy way? I mean, of course, you work hard. This, but do you do it through? I mean, what is your source of income? It's like events or you like a school? You have in the school. How do you?
It depends where you are. In Sweden, I would say is teaching. Yeah, events for sure, but teaching. And if you say Africa, it's more about being a dancer, performing, than teaching.
Wow. So you get paid by performing then?
Yeah, it depends. Like if it's performing there or if it's teaching. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're always talking about following your passion, following what you love and everything. But we also know that, man, there is, we have to make a living. And so what is the process, of you turning, when did you realize that, wow, I could make a living out of dancing? Was there any turning point for you? Like, or were you thinking, about doing something else?
I think
when it comes to making a living,
Yeah, I think when I meet a lot of artists, I mean, either you're the best in the world in your art, but also you need to have a balance of like promoting yourself, the business side of it. Because for sure, I see a lot of artists that are amazing artists, but they don't have the business side and of making a business of it. And so I think that is very important.
Wow, man.
And I know a lot of people talk about that. In Africa, for example, you see there are so many talented dancers, but when you see, okay, who are the ones that are succeeding? You need to have a business mindset maybe around it.
Yeah, like you have to be, I mean, very entrepreneur. I mean, like have to have the mindset like, okay, I'm an artist and everything, but I have to also
a little bit anyway. You have to have a balance. I don't know how much, but because when you're an artist, you probably want to have 100% of your life circling around your art.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about myself, but maybe 85 and then 15% about the business or something. But
okay. So you mean like 80% is like as an artist, and
maybe 85% as an artist, 15% as a businessman.
Trying to make a living. Wow. Yeah. And I mean, it pays off because you put that 85% of work, right? It's a work, practice. So that 15% should actually, make a living. I mean, it should pay off, because when you are put that 85%, you're working so hard and you be on the stage, I mean, they should actually appreciate it. So you will not dance in any kind of event. Have you ever rejected any, what do you call it? Collaboration? Like,
of course.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Was based on the money, or, I mean...
Yeah, it could be based on the money, or it could be based on time. Yeah, because sure, everything takes time, and you need to value, okay, is this worth my time?
Exactly.
It is going to lead to the goals that, because always, in life, no matter what you do, you have, I don't know, so many options all the time, every moment, what you're going to do, what I'm going to say right now, like, so you have to choose. So every time you have to choose, this is what I want to do, and which means that when you choose this, you're rejecting the other things.
Exactly. Wow, amazing. I really like your mindset, like the way that you see yourself and the way that you are built, your life around your passion, but also being smart enough to, know when I'm a businessman and, when I'm an artist, right? That's amazing. Wow. And a lot of people can't make that difference, They just want to dance, they just want to make music, but they don't have the 15% like business mindset, right? To really like, okay, how can I make money, without losing the focus of, me being an artist, like dancing and everything.
Yeah. So you need to find your own balance, what suit you.
Yeah, sure.
And sure, it's just personal based on how you are as a person. Sure.
So Johan, this question is tricky. Last time I came to one of your classes, and we were talking behind the stage. I mean, behind after the class, we were talking. I was like, "Hey, so what's up? What are you going to do?" It was like you were already. The time was around 9, I think.
Yeah.
You have been dancing, teaching for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And then you said, I asked you, "Hey, what are you going to do?" And you're like, "Home, practice." I was like, "Really? After 4 hours?
Yeah.
And the time is 9, and you're like, "I'm going home and practice."
Yeah.
I mean, is there any time that you really like off? You know?
Yeah, sure. Some people ask me, "What do you do when you're off?"
Yeah, and I'm curious about it. You know, when there is no stage, when there is no music,
Yeah.
everything is off.
Yeah.
Who is your one?
So, I love contrasts. Actually, I love contrasts. I love different cultures. I love the difference of things. So the same with this in my life. I love the excitement of performing in front of a lot of people, like being with a lot of people, like feeling the energy, connecting with a lot of people. And also I love the contrast of being by myself at home. Like I live in like it's a very quiet place. So yeah, like close to the water. Oxelösund is beautiful, close to the water. So yeah, and I love that contrast. So yeah, that is it.
So I mean, and if you would describe yourself, you know, taking out music and dancing, if you have to describe yourself,
No, you can't do that.
I mean, we want to know.
No.
We want to know. I mean, taking out of music and dancing, and describe yourself in 3 words.
I don't know. Actually, some of my best friends described me in 3 words. Maybe I'll say that because I.
Sure.
What is it? It was a long time ago. What's the word in English?
What is it in Swedish?
Hängiven.
Hängiven.
Like dedicated.
Dedicated, kind of, huh? Right?
Yeah, there's another word. I forgot right now.
Yeah.
So dedicated for sure. Heartily. Like, okay, I don't remember what to say. Maybe I care
yourself,
about other
though.
people.
you don't remember what they say, but what do you say?
I don't remember what they say.
It's not.
Who I am in 3 words.
Yeah, in 3 words. If you have to find 3 words to describe yourself, what would be that words be?
Okay, passionate, passionate, driven, and I love like the enthusiasm, energy around that, and also 100%. Like I do things 100%, otherwise I don't do them.
Sure.
Yeah, because some things I do 0%, and some things I do 100%. So for sure that is a very personal personality thing on myself. And then I feel I'm a very, what can I say? I'm a deep person. Yeah,
Like a thinker.
Yeah, and a feeler and
a philosopher.
Sure. Yeah, I like to. Yeah, sure.
Wow, you said you were really good at school. Probably, I can imagine you being a thinker. Like, are you a perfectionist when it comes to dancing, for example?
Perfectionist.
Oh,
yes, of course.
Really?
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, I mean, okay, tell me more about it. How, like,
about being a perfectionist?
Yeah.
So I think yeah, of course I want it to be perfect, and I think for sure I'm the most critical person of myself. No, I feel like if I would do something, I want to do it as good as I can, and I think the perfection, that's also a balance. I feel different artists do different, like, because also it's a balance. The more, if you're just too much perfectionist, you're not gonna create any art for some people.
You overthink it.
Yeah, but if you don't care as much about the perfectionist, you're not gonna create good art. And I want to create good art, of course.
So you have to be professionalist. You have to push yourself, like, because one of the things that I noticed, like when you are teaching, you see the details. Like you have a group, and maybe probably like 95%, 99% of the people get the move. and then you have this 1% that have not get it. And I realized that you see the person, and that's great. I mean, you see the person, and then you try to get the person to, get it right, so you can have 100.
Yes, yeah, yes. I want to have 100. That is for sure. Is something that I've like when working with so much people, like you're teaching a lot of people to see what you're looking for, to just see. The mistakes in if you have so many people in front of you. Okay, what can you? So it's what you're looking. So you need to look. You have to have a good vision. Like my eyes are focused on this to see. Okay, there. This we need to work on.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's important I want everybody to catch it, because then you. In a class, for example, I want to create a good vibe, like a good energy. Everybody together create a much better energy. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So it's important to I think to make everybody, because if somebody don't catch it, they're not gonna feel good about themselves. So I want them to feel good about themselves. So then it's me as a teacher to adjust myself to. I see. Okay. I mean, as a teacher, you have to be okay. If I have 100, like I have so many plans inside of me what I'm gonna teach. But I'm maybe not gonna teach this, because sometimes people ask me, "Oh, what we gonna learn tomorrow?" And I always say like, "Oh, it's a surprise," because I don't know, because I have 100, I have so many plans.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, because maybe like comes 4 people that never been to the class before, and directly I have to adjust so that they feel good about themselves, and also the people that are always there. And I've learned it from as I've been teaching the best young dancers in Sweden in the same class as somebody that came from the first time there. So, and then it's like, okay, how can you create a dance class that the best young dancers in Sweden and a super beginner will enjoy at the same time?
Wow.
And I love that challenge as a teacher to challenge myself. How can I make all of the people happy here?
Yeah.
And sure, that is a challenge, but I think I'm good at it, and I love that thing, because. Yeah.
When you are planning to teach a new what do you call it, choreographic or what is something, do you draw it, or do you write it something, or how do you visualize it? How do you come up with it? Like when you're creating a move or something, do you draw on a paper like something, or do you write it down?
It depends.
What inspires even?
It depends. For sure, I write it down to remember what but for sure, it's the music. The music as a dancer, we're so like music is my best friend. What can I say?
Wow.
Like music is what deciding what I'm doing.
Wow.
So the music is the thing. So, and we say about inspiration. Music is the number one inspiration for sure, because music is what makes you feel like dancing. And I love. Wow. What I love about dancehall, for example, and music in general, is like I love to hear new music all the time. I think that is like a something that really connects to me. Like when I hear music I never heard before, and when I hear this music, I can get so inspired. I can create a choreo so fast when you feel the inspiration for something that you never heard before. So I think like new music is my best thing for sure.
I have one question, and then we will move on to some very fast funny questions as well. This is the question. I mean, we know the arts, all these creative artists, whether in music or in dancing or athletes, they have a behind the scene life, right? As you said, you love to be on the stage. You love to be, receiving those applause and everything. But we also know that life isn't always like that. Was there any time in your life that you really felt like breakdown, like kind of, as a creative,
okay. Well, one thing I want to say is like, I think as an artist, it's important to have the balance of what you're talking about now. Because I see a lot of big artists, like singers, for example, they get so hyped from the energy when they're performing, and then they have such a trouble to come down.
Sure.
And maybe a lot of artists will, I don't know, either go into depression, or they will take drugs or something, because they cannot handle the energy difference. Like you're performing in front of 50,000 people, 8,000 people, and then you don't do it for, like the energy, like it's so amazing.
Wow.
So how I deal with that, like yeah, I've done a lot of meditation actually in my life, and I think it's very important to be able to deal with different emotions, energies, and to make them build up myself. Yeah.
Wow, it's a daily practice for you, like like meditation things to keep yourself in shape.
Actually, when I was younger, I did it a lot. Now I think maybe I have it as it's kind of the way I am, the way I process things, the way I think how me as a person process things that comes to me and happens to me, and whatever happens, for how to deal with it. So yeah, that's why I think meditation is important to understand how to deal with things.
Sure. Was there any moment in your life, like some maybe project that didn't went through, or something that really kept you like really down? Was there any?
No, nothing I want to talk about really. Yeah.
Not really. But I always, since back in the days, as I said, I have met you before, before we.
Well,
start.
okay. One thing I can say when we're there. Okay, when like a long time ago, a good friend of mine said, "Okay, when you get famous, 70% gonna love you, 30% gonna hate you." And I felt, oh, why? I'm a good person. Like I don't understand why is anybody gonna hate me. Like no, I just do good. Like, but yeah, maybe I have that with me, because for sure I feel like sometimes envy of people, and I have that experience when people try to destroy something, and then how I deal with that, I don't know. I believe in God. I believe that I just do good all the time, and the only thing I can do is just to be the person I am, to continue yourself. Pushing myself, and then everybody gonna understand. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And what is the? Sorry. If let's jump into this. Some quick questions, right? You would do this or that. Like either you would choose which one you like most, or which one comes first to your mind, like freestyle or choreography.
Okay. Can I explain, or just say one word? Can I just say?
Okay. You can say one word, and then I can if you want to explain later. After the night, you can explain. Yeah.
So I say freestyle, because freestyle is the way I feel to improve me more as a dancer. I think a choreography, I love choreo, but now I've been focusing a lot on freestyle, to compete in freestyle, because I feel that really takes me to the next level of dancing. Improves
and that makes you creative, right?
Yeah.
Because you are in the mood.
Yeah, you're in the mood, and you're creating art. Like I feel it's beautiful. Like you put on music, and actually when you're freestyling something, you create art in the moment, and also it's beautiful for the person to see. Like, because you feel different if you see somebody that freestyling something, that is somebody choreograph something. You feel different, because the freestyle, you catch up in the moment for everything, like the energies that is around, like your emotions in the song right now. So yeah,
wow,
it's beautiful.
Okay, mornings or late nights?
Oh, late nights.
I have realized that.
Yeah, man, easy question.
Crazy.
Easy question.
Easy question. Solo on stage or late night team battle? Either solo on the stage or more like a team battle.
Or a team on the stage.
Yeah, a team. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know which to say. Both, I think.
Oh, if you choose one, which one really appeals to you the most? Like being solo?
I think most of the time I am solo, so that's why I love when there's like a team thing, like when I go perform together with a crew, because wow, it's so nice to share it with people, because most of the time I'm by myself. So if I choose something, okay, I choose because I'm by myself.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a solo thing, but that's why I love when there's a team thing. Okay, it's so nice to actually share it with some people.
Okay, street food or fancy dining?
I love to go to a very nice restaurant for sure, but sometimes it's the street food that is the best food, because some places, like for sure when you're in Africa, for example, is okay, you can go to a very fancy nice restaurant, but is it the people in the street that cook the best food?
Yeah, sure.
A lot of other places too in the world. Yeah.
And this is something that you said you mentioned you were vegan. Do you find it easy to, I mean, to find food to eat in anywhere? Today's, I mean, in Sweden we know it's very common.
Yeah.
But in Africa, in different places, that
I
you
know.
go-
I think it's easy.
No.
It's just I've been it for long, so I've just adjusted myself on how to
Wow.
to work it out. So
I was going to say
it's-
to survive, but it's actually to live.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's easy. Yeah.
Well, Afrobeat or hip hop?
Bomboklart.
I heard that.
Oh. Oof. What I'm gonna answer this one.
I mean, which one? Okay, think about now. What appeals to you the most?
Now,
think about now.
no, sorry. Now for sure Afrobeats.
Afrobeats.
If
Okay.
I say through my life, okay, as I said, I grew up with hip hop, of course, then hip hop. But for me, like, when I listen to the music right now, of course, Afrobeat is much better than hip hop right now.
Great. Do you dance often with Afrobeat music?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you're practicing?
Yeah.
Sure. Wow. Okay. Teach or perform?
Okay, so
What do you love the most? Of course, you. said
so
perform.
I teach. Okay, like I'm more focused on my life on teaching because I do it like so many times every week. I don't perform as much every week, so and actually I love so much to teach. So I think me as a person, I'm so like I'm good at teaching. Like and I feel my personality is so good for teaching. So of course I love to perform, but I would say teaching then.
Okay. Now I have a hypothetical question about if you have to choose three artists, to perform with you, to, in the words, what do you call it, the words, I mean, the biggest stage, you can choose either they are alive or dead, artists that, three artists.
To perform with?
Perform with in the world's biggest stage. What would it be?
Vibes Cartel, Bob Marley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then the third. I don't know, but okay. I don't know if it's a secret really, but we're planning on a concert in Kenya this summer. So it's a little secret. So is my artist Red Sun is releasing an album, and some of the artists that are collaborating on this album is going to be there performing, and for sure some of these artists is my dream to perform with. Them going to be there. I don't know if I can tell exactly like who is going to be.
You don't need to give details.
Yeah,
but,
you're going to see.
Yeah.
But for sure some of them I would say So is the third. So
Wow. If you would choose one person to inspire the next generation, of these young people like that you're teaching, the next generation of dancehall, if you have to choose one person to inspire them, what would that be? With their arts and whatever that they are.
so you mean like this? My students, for example. Okay, which
Yeah, I mean,
like, this is.
exactly someone that will inspire, the next generation.
Well, I think I would choose myself. I think it's important. Like, yeah, okay. There are so many people, but of course, yeah, I say that.
Okay, this is a question that just came to my mind now. Have you ever felt underestimated by going when you are doing collab or when you are being a stage with a lot of black people, that they are very maybe really used to the dance hall like Jamaicans or all the. Have you ever felt like they have been underestimated your crafts or something? Like, do you think, they're thinking, what can this white guy, from Sweden do? Have you ever sensed that or felt that?
Yeah, it's a little difference. Like if you're from Jamaica or you're from Europe, for example, and which shows you. But for me personally, No, I've not been thinking too much about that. I've tried to do every positive thing I can about some things. For example, when I'm in Africa performing, I'm the only white person, which makes everybody gonna watch me. And who is this guy? We didn't know. And some people sure would say, like, we didn't know white people could dance like this.
Wow.
So
how do you feel about that when someone make a comment like that? I didn't know white people can.
I want to prove them wrong. Like, I want to show that, of course. Like, yeah.
Wow, amazing. I mean, it's so crazy because people have what do you call it? There is a stereotype, right? Mm-hmm. And especially you being Swedish is even wow. How many is there a lot of Swedish? I mean, that making the same. I mean,
no. So when people say that, it's also truth in it. But the truth is not that the white people cannot dance like that. The truth is that there are not many male white people that actually do it.
Yeah, sure.
And that's a cultural thing. So yes, for sure, no, not a lot. And being around in Sweden, you see like why there's mostly women all over, like taking dance classes, doing this and that. So I understand the vision, like how some people in Africa would see, like, okay, white people, and also,
In 3 years, can you or could you say you are number one white dancer in Sweden, or can you say it now? Dance artist.
No, I don't want to say it myself.
But
no, there's a lot of good dancers for sure, and also I think with the dancing, a beautiful thing with dancing is that I feel it's both art and sports. And in sports, you can say like, I'm the best footballer in the world, and you have a award where you're winning. This is like
Ballon d'Or.
You're the best footballer in the world. But in art, okay, what I think is the best dancer or what I think is the best artist, you're gonna think something different, which I think is also beautiful, and I love it. Is that you compete in something, and if you win or if you not win, like, it doesn't really say that you're the best one because it's art, and what is art? Like, people will always judge differently.
Sure.
So I can't say like that. More like I want to be the best of myself.
Yeah, but in what do you call when it comes to Afro, what do you call dancehall in Sweden? I'm not sure there is a lot of people like you doing that. I mean, competing in that level of you traveling around and doing this. I'm not sure there is many like you.
No, there's not many.
Not even 5.
No, there's not many. So I want to inspire more to do it as well, because I want the culture to grow more and more and more. Not only here, but in Europe in general.
You're actually representing Sweden in the world. I mean, globally.
Yeah.
Do you get that message sometimes? Like,
Yeah.
like when you say you are from Sweden, like
of course I do it. Also, I think with the art, that's also a beautiful thing. Where you come from. Since I'm from Sweden, I'm always gonna have, like, art is an expression of myself. So I'm gonna express myself, and a part of me is of course Swedish, which means that the way I express myself, the way I move, is somehow from here. I think of it like as a language, for example. If you speak language, like you have a different dialect, or depending on where you come from. Like a French person will speak English differently than I would speak, and the same in the dancing. And I think that's beautiful. So of course I represent my style, my country in that way. Like, how can a Swedish person move? Because of course I move differently to somebody from another country, and also the way how you express yourself is the way of how your mind is, and so on.
It's crazy because I mean, if when we met recently, the first time after many years, it's like you saw me and you greeted me. What do you say?
Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, what is that? I've heard that, but I was like, what exactly mean? What does it mean?
Oh, you know? Oh, okay. I thought everybody knows.
No, exactly.
No, it's like what's up?
Oh.
Like Wagwan is a patois Jamaican for like Wagwan, what's going on?
And you thought I'm black, so I should know that, right?
I don't know. I just say it to most people.
Really? But you didn't say it to any Swedish.
Well, if I speak Swedish, no,
No.
maybe.
So I was like, I didn't know how to respond. So I was like, oh man, cook. Like, nice to see you, kind of.
Yeah, man.
Well,
No,
it's so amazing. I like your accent, even.
All right.
Have people ever commented like,
How I speak English, or?
how you speak English, and even the Swedish, like the way you express yourself, like your energy level, it doesn't really like.
Oh, sure. No, when I speak Swedish, actually, a lot of people will ask me where I'm from. Yes, and when I speak English, I don't know. Like you guys are listening now, you can make your own
assumption.
Yes, you do it. But with the language, I think for English, for example, like English is not my language, so.
Not my either.
So I just speak it the way it just happened to be. Like I think I lived in London for some time, and so that makes me catch up a little British. Like I hang out with a lot of Jamaicans, and I listen a lot to that makes me catch up a lot on the patois. And I've been many times in Africa, so everything just melts up to the way you're speaking and the way.
But do you switch? Like, can you switch? Like when you go to Africa, suddenly you talk in a different type of English.
When I go to Africa, I feel like, whoa, I speak so much more like a patois, because
broken. They call it broken, right? Broken English.
Yeah. Because actually, I cannot speak the African type of English. No. No. So that's why when I'm in Africa, I hear my English is so different to the people.
Yeah.
And of course, like if I'm with Jamaicans, of course my English is gonna change more to patois, because you get affected with speaking, and now of course I'm changing because I understand, like you're not gonna understand some, and people listen, and also. Yeah,
good. I'm glad that you're doing that, because I was like, I think he come with some patois stuff.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I don't get that stuff. But it's amazing. I really like your vibe. I've been hanging out with you. I mean, just recently to see how you work and try to study your mindset. Yeah. And there's a few things that I've learned about you, and it's so interesting. Nice. And I really love like the energy, that you have, your patience as I have observed, like your patience, the way you are with people, as you mentioned earlier, like your vision, you see people, and even one day, maybe the class is not done yet, but people still have to go. Like you still, like kind of you see them when they're going, and you give some, like you shake your hand or you go and give some, and that's so amazing. Like, and as you said, like. Your friend said like 70% will love you or 30% will hate you or something, and you are like, well, I'm a good person, and I really think you are a good person. And I mean, unfortunately, we live in a world where there is a lot of stuff happening all the time, but as long as you stay yourself, be yourself, and not putting your mind into so many other things, political stuff, I think you do well. You do well for yourself, and you do well for the people around you. So I really like the vibe that you really express yourself. Now let's jump into some final stuff here. What is your future aspiration? Any future plans or anything that you're working on? Projects?
Yeah. I work on different things. For example, I think of it as three different categories, three different platforms.
Sure.
So when I think of Europe, I think of competition. So I have some competitions I'm going to go to and compete. And when I think of Africa, is mainly for performing. So I'm going to go to Kenya in the summer to perform. It's going to be a very, very big concert with some, as I said, I can't say exactly which artist, but it's going to be the top world class.
Keep in touch.
So, yes, exactly. And then maybe we're going to do a African tour as well. I'm just waiting for the confirmation. I think it's mainly the artist that's going to first confirm the bookings before. And then in Sweden, I think mostly about teaching and organizing. So, I'm going to teach a lot here. I'm organizing an event in 2 weeks in Nyköping, which is me together with the förening, the organization I'm running. creating an event for bringing many international top-class, world-class dancers to Nyköping.
Wow, wow. And it will be like events that you like people pay entrance come in to watch or to dance.
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, there will be like it's 24th of May, but it's going to be 4 workshops and 4 different battles. So the workshops is from world-class top dancers in the world.
Wow.
And then the battles, it's going to be 4 different, and we invited some people. So, and the people going to come is also going to be the top of Europe and some Asians as well. So.
Yeah. How can people get, the tickets or something? Is there any website or how can they?
Yeah, you can see.
Is that limited even?
No. Everybody's welcome. Or welcome. You go to Instagram. We call it Nordic Dynamite. So you can check out that on Instagram.
Okay.
Otherwise, you go in Nyköping if you're around. It's in Nikolaiskolans aula.
Okay. Yeah. There is like you can register or something.
Yeah, sure. You just come there. But I wanted to create it because I have a lot of different goals, but that is. So I think I've created more and more of a center of like a dancehall community culture around here, and I want to build it up more, and I want people to come here to increase the culture center here. And also there's like I have so many students that will never go to a dance event. Maybe they don't have the money, for example.
Sure.
So I thought, okay, well, let's say instead of, as you said, if I've ever brought some of my students. Yes, I've been in France and in Norway with my students, but other than that, no, it's hard maybe to bring them. So then I thought, well, bring their role models here instead. So I create an event and a battle that their role models want to come here.
Wow.
So then it's like, you can live here and you can see your role models. The one, I really want to see it. Yes, but you don't need to go to this country to see. That person can come here.
That's type of my mindset, how I think. I'm like, you don't need to for example, you don't need to go. This is personal. You don't need to go to Africa to create some business. You can bring Africa here. Yeah. Right? So you can. So it's that type of mindset I have. Like, okay, if I can't afford to go there, why can't I bring them here? It's and it's that principle applying in everything that I do, even in this podcast. How I've reached out to people. It's more about how can I get them here?
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
Because I grew up in Nyköping, and as a creative person, I think most of my friends, like, you moved out of here. And it's very easy, maybe everywhere you live in the world, that the creative people move to the big cities because you have bigger opportunities, more work, more inspiration, and that's where the cultural center is. And I wanted to change that a little bit. No, let's bring the people here instead.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
But for project, that is one thing, and then competitions. I'm gonna go to a few competitions this summer in different countries in Europe, and then this project in Kenya that's gonna be in August to perform. I'm probably gonna be there for a few weeks to perform there. And collab, make classes around there, and then we have in the summer we also have a competition for the kids. That we're gonna do as well.
Wow, amazing, Johan! I think you are doing amazing, and I really encourage you to keep going. Is there any dream that you have not achieved that you still having in mind that I one day want to achieve that, like a big dream of yours? Just like you started this school and you won this, what do you call it, the Swedish Best Dance School. Is there any other? Have you even thought about expanding your school or something?
Well, yes, of course. And actually, before I came here, I was thinking a little bit like, well, when it comes to goals and dreams, I actually it's hard to really explain everything. I think people are just gonna see it.
But you have proved them wrong. That it's possible. Right. Yeah. So,
one thing I was thinking about today was like, there are so many people around in Europe, especially, and also in Africa too, that ask me like how to work with kids. How can we make it, like, because they see me, and I actually see that I became like a role model, a person for other people around the world to see how to work with kids. And you see now Sweden became kind of a center in Europe for dancehall in kids, and I started it. So and I see people in Kenya now have really got inspired by me to do it, and they do it really good.
Sure.
And on an event a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people asked me, and I felt like, yes, I gave them so much like tips of inspiration. So I don't know, maybe that's one thing I hope to see in Europe, for other people to understand how to be better, to inspire kids more, because kids are the future. Kids are the ones that will continue growing this culture, and so.
Man, I'm looking forward for the part 2 of this podcast. I mean, this session, because I know there is so much that we have to touch on. Yeah, I'm looking, and I think we can talk behind the scene later about. I see potential collaboration. I mean, when it comes, because I love events, I love inspiring people, I love putting together like this. What do you call it? Passion House Studio? It's it's all about events, right? It's all about creating, inspiring people, seeing the talent, seeing the passion, and bringing people to inspire them. Like, you can do it. Yeah. So, I mean, why not? I'm not going to say it. It's a future plan about, the second plan of this podcast is about events. So we can talk more about it. It's an amazing plan or idea that I have. And I've been cultivating this idea for years. One of my best friends knows about it, like Linus. The person that is always with me, helping me with everything. We have been hanging, and he knows my thought about all those dreams and stuff. I actually is the only person that I really talked more about when it comes to visions and dreams and goals. So where I see potential. I see a potential for stuff, but it's amazing. So Johan, well, we are going to final question here. You're looking back, all this journey, all this, what do you call it, success or achievement, everything that you have achieved during your journey. Looking back, what are you most proud of? Is there anything that you are proud of? Looking back, all this, trajectory, or what do you call it, journey. What are you most proud of?
I'm proud of 2 things. I'm proud that we won Sweden's best dance school, because it's a title that I will forever have. So I'm proud of that, of course, and then I'm proud of myself to always keep on working, keep on pushing.
Lovely. What is your definition? This is the last question. What is your definition of success?
Success, when I achieve something that I've been working hard to achieve. And then I achieve it, and I feel like, as I said, like, I don't remember which word I use. But yeah, that is a success.
Wow, Johan, lovely to have you here. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans or your students or the people watching or listening to you?
Thanks for listening, and I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, did you have a good time?
Yeah, man, I had a good time. Hope you had a good time listening to this, and hopefully you can get some inspiration for yourself and for your life. It doesn't need to be about dancing; it can be about anything.
Sure.
But I hope so, and I think that's a good thing with the podcast. You can listen to some, and a lot of you people don't maybe have the chance to like meet me or talk to me. So, and I think. So I hope maybe this can get some inspiration for whatever you want to do in your life.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. I believe and agree with Johan. So peace.
That is it.
See you. We are out.
Up top. Bless up.
Thank you, Johan.
Yeah, man.
Yes.